Good morning. Welcome to the Shakespearean Shrew. I'm your Shakespearean Shrew, Karen Finer, lover of all things Bard. And we are at Oklahoma Shakespeare in the Park in the Paseo for one of my last in-person interviews, which is crazy.
I refuse to believe it. No.
But so this is a very special occasion, which brings us all here together with coffee and just people that we have talked to before and get the opportunity to talk to once more. So we have Erin Woods,
hello,
who is the writer and director this year for the Jane Austen Christmas Cracker.
Yeah, it's the big holiday show,
which is super fun and involves ice cream. Which
I like that. That's your lead off.
Oh my gosh,
it really should be.
It is
priorities,
okay?
Priorities. Like, thank you, Brahms.
Half of my talking points are about ice cream. It's fine. Yeah.
And then we have Amanda Lee, who is joining us as the music and dance.
No, not dance. I just do music and improv and like character training.
Oh, okay. So you just make sure everybody sounds good.
Sounds good.
Which is a good
and knows who their characters are and like how to be the character, you know.
And of course, Michelle Coffman, our Brew Shrew.
Hello.
We can't have coffee without her.
Nope.
So we were all joking around because everybody had like their different flavors of coffee, but also their different styles. Like we've got the iced coffee queen over here.
And my ice is already melted and I'm not mad about it. It's fine. It's still just delicious.
Like I can't do Oz. Like
Oz?
Yes.
Oz is awful. You're already speaking German. Look
Oh,
at you.
wow.
That's like a little valley girl. I can't do Oz in my coffee. Oz and kava.
I'm like, are we in the valley now?
No
Like,
idea.
oh God,
No
I
idea
can't
what
do
just-
Oz.
No idea what
I'm not going to Thousand Oaks.
They can't do cold coffee. Like cold coffee is what happens when things go wrong.
No. I like hot coffee in the morning, but like gun to my head kind of deal, it'd be ice.
But the amount of creamer you just put in that coffee is not hot anymore, girl.
No,
Like, that's
that's
hot.
fine. That's fine. I like
mellowed it out.
I like my coffee the same color as my skin, basically.
You've
so.
accomplished that.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
That. And then I think the rest of us are the black of our soul.
Yeah. It's like it's serial killer bitterness is what I'm going for. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
I want
Something that I
the
want.
taste, not the like caffeine shots.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
You ice it down.
They're
If
like,
you ice
who
it down,
are
you don't get
you?
caffeine that much. It's mostly just water.
Yeah.
Oh no, I need my caffeine. And how delicious
I
the
know.
bitterness tastes.
I have to watch it. I will drink coffee all day long until about bedtime, and then it's like, what have you done?
That's the danger of brunch.
With the ice, you just keep putting more ice in it throughout the day, and like icing it down.
So then it's just water.
Yeah. So by the end of the day, it's very pale.
flavored water.
But this will last me like all day now. See, it's
Have
great.
you done the like
Sounds
the
terrible.
cold coffee like ice cubes where you use the
Oh.
coffee, you make the ice cubes, and that way when it melts,
That's
it's still coffee.
Smart.
That sounds way too smart.
I have an
Yeah.
automatic
I don't
like
know.
ice maker in my fridge, so I've never even thought because I don't make
Yeah.
ice cubes, but now I should
You
out of the
should.
coffee.
You can get like cute little like trays that have little different
I
styles.
bet there's sales right now for Black Friday.
Well, and I'm
For
sure
sure.
you can just get like the ones that are for like the whiskey or
Yeah, the
like,
whiskey balls.
Yeah, those
That'll be-
kind.
Okay, I'm doing that. Years, then my coffee won't be watered down anymore.
Yeah, because that's always like one of my things about the
I know the iced coffee.
iced coffee,
It gets a
where it's
little
like-
dull. I know. I still like it.
I love a blended coffee, but not an iced coffee, and I think that's a really stupid distinction.
Oh,
but it
that's
is something
funny,
that my
though.
taste buds have made. It's like
Okay.
I want to blend it. If I want it, I want a shake that tastes like coffee, right?
Yeah,
If
right.
that's available.
Oh, yeah.
Not always. In the morning, I do need a black coffee.
I do like
Yeah.
coffee ice cream.
Yeah.
I will
So
say I do.
Oh,
yes.
cappuccino chunky chocolate
Okay.
for Brahms. Speaking of
Ooh.
Brahms,
Breaking up back to breakfast.
Yeah,
I
full
ate
circle.
all of my cappuccino chunk the other night, and I was like,
no, the chunks are so big.
I don't usually like lay claim to any Brahms ice cream. I
Yeah.
usually have about 5 cartons, and I'm
You
not
really do.
kidding, in my house at a time.
So
But I was
sorry.
like, cappuccino chunk is mine.
But
But
he ate
I
it.
ate it. But that's
Bad
okay. That's
husband.
okay. We have hot chocolate left.
Oh yeah, that's
The
good
hot
too.
chocolate is
Uh-huh.
a very good flavor. I like
Okay.
that a lot.
See, I'm a coffee. Wow, words hard.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Like if I have it, I'll eat it. Like
Yeah,
it
me
doesn't
too.
matter.
Oh,
Like,
really?
like the size of it.
See,
like
I
I'm
will
not.
leave it for maybe it's because I just have 5 all the time. I don't know. I will leave it for months and be like, what is this? Is this?
Look at this! Is this gingerbread? This is from holiday times. We can eat it now.
So I've been like a little under the weather, and so for my sore throat, I needed ice cream.
Obviously.
But I have to buy ice cream that my husband doesn't like, because then I won't get any of it.
What are the kinds he doesn't like?
Pretty much anything that's not like vanilla or chocolate.
Okay, great.
Or,
He's
like,
a basic.
Yeah.
He's a basic bitch.
Okay, so he needs the.
yeah.
So you can go off.
Yeah, so I don't like the pecan pralines
You won't
or
touch
the
it.
black cherry. Like I'm a
Yeah.
big black cherry person.
Ooh, yeah.
See,
I'm
now
gonna
it's
try
some
that
ice
one.
cream.
We're like, no, we need some ice cream for our
Yeah.
coffee.
Well, if you come see Jane Austen's Christmas Cracker, you
You
can
get
get
some
Some
ice
ice
cream.
cream, and it's free.
Yeah,
It is
great. Ice cream treats.
cookies,
Like, yeah.
pies.
Yeah,
Cakes.
lots of like pastries.
It's
and
not
things,
just
too.
ice cream.
It's not just. It's an array of what Brahms provides,
Mhm.
except for like hamburgers.
And so there's some new things coming up, which is
Mhm.
exciting for this one. So one, I heard that there's been some changes to the storyline. You've taken some stuff out, tweaked some things.
It's largely the storyline that's been for the past since 2022 when we brought it back after the pandemic. But I did sort of add some dialogue here and there, and I did take out a dance because we have I think 5 total dances. I'm looking at
Too
Amanda.
many.
You weren't at dance rehearsal.
There's
And then we sort of moved around some carols and things. But I haven't, this storyline has been so well received. Jane Austen's Christmas Cracker was written back in 2014. And at the time, it was Pride and Prejudice, because you legally can't do that.
Mhm. Right.
You have Pride and Prejudice. And Northanger Abbey and Emma. And then it's sort of morphed over the years, and now it's become, I think it's hit a good groove with Persuasion, which is our sort of like, if you're a Jane Austen fan, Persuasion's in there, and Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice. So we've sort of kept that, but I sort of beefed up some of the dialogue and things like that.
And there's a lot of new faces.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
In
We
the
have
Christmas Cracker this year.
quite a few new folks in the cast. So that's been kind of fun. All of them guys are new. All of the guys
Yeah.
are
That's what I was looking at
were
the list
looking
and
at
I
the
was
list,
like,
and we're like,
yeah.
who are these people?
new.
They're great.
They're all fantastic. They all are on board and love it in a way that I usually feel like I always go into talking to even male actors who are like usually, up for anything. But I always be like, I feel like I have to sell this to you. And all of them were like, I want to have more urging. I want to have more. I want to have
Wanna be
more
more
smolder. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness.
I
Yes,
wanna
you are
have
the
more
right.
smolder.
I have
Yeah.
definitely cast the right gentleman.
I
for
call it the
show.
Bridgerton effect.
Yeah, it is.
Bridgerton
Yeah.
came out, and all of a sudden it was like cool to be like,
smoldery and-
yeah, to
Yes.
be
Yeah.
that era gentleman again, So
Like having that like piney.
Yes.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a pining.
There
Yeah,
is.
that's a great word. Yes. Yeah.
So are there any characters, because obviously I love Jane Austen and all Jane Austen. I feel like it comes with the territory as an English professor.
Mhm.
But are there any characters that people just don't seem to know, that aren't as
Yes,
familiar?
Persuasion. I think
Yeah.
Persuasion is. I always, since the beginning, when it was Emma, Pride and Prejudice, and Northanger Abbey, I wanted to throw that third one in there. That's the one that people don't quite know, or are not as familiar with. But I'll tell you this: the first time we did the show, and Amanda was on that directing team as well. So she and I and Jason Beagle, who was our first director, sort of developed the show as we sort of went. That was a fun exploration. But the first time it ran in Oklahoma City, this woman came in, audience member, full Regency dress, gorgeous bonnet, love a bonnet. And she immediately asked, "Where is Captain Wentworth?" Who is the hero from Persuasion. And I was like, oh, this is for the diehards.
Yes.
I mean, people love Northanger Abbey, and I could talk for years about that. And I think I'm going to ask Holly McNabb. I'm asking her now. If you're watching this, Holly, I need to write a Northanger Abbey adaptation with you. I think we need to work on it together. I'm just
Can you
saying
imagine?
that. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's also a fan.
We love Holly. She was on our podcast, and she is
Yeah.
awesome.
So it would be terrific.
Yeah.
But I love Northanger Abbey, but it is sort of the obscure one, but it's also not quite the fan favorite
Right.
that Persuasion
Right.
is.
Persuasion
So I wanted to give the Persuasion storyline to the fans. So
It's mostly Captain Wentworth. People love him. He's so dreamy.
he is.
So
It's the
Yeah.
second chance story
Right.
as well, because with Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, and Persuasion, you have all the stories. You have the enemies to lovers, that's
Right.
Darcy and Elizabeth. You have the, I would say, friends to lovers, and that's Eleanor and Edward. And then you have sort of a what is it? It's the age difference. I forget what that trope is called, but the age difference is Colonel Brandon and Marianne, and then you have the second chance, which is Persuasion. So this gets all the tropes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't she smart? I never even thought. I've done this show for a million years. Never even thought about it that way. But yeah, that's what
I break it down to tropes.
The Emma one's always the one that makes me just a little uncomfortable
Yeah,
because
I
they're
know,
just
right?
so close.
You're like,
where
that's
they're
your
like,
stepbrother.
exactly, and you're just
Your
like,
cousin.
ugh.
We're kind of like brother and sister.
Exactly, and you're just like, this is awkward now.
Yeah.
Well, and isn't the first year we did Emma, the woman that played Emma and the man that played Mr. Darcy, they're like a couple now?
Yes, they are.
They're still a couple, right?
Yes.
Wait, did they like meet?
They met during the show,
yeah.
and they didn't start dating because they were both dating like other people at the time. But they met during that show, and then like eventually got
Aw.
together.
I
Isn't that
remember
cute?
because we did it the next year,
Yeah.
and he wrote to me, and he's like, "If you're bringing back cast members, I would love to be considered for Mr. Knightley." And I was like, "Dude, you were Darcy. That's sort of the
Yeah.
you know, why Mr. Knightley?" And then I was like,
Oh,
because you're
he
dating
likes
the girl who
that was
played Emma.
Yeah. Isn't that cute? We're making love connections all over the place.
That
That is really cute.
so adorable.
So you're in charge of the musical aspects and the improv aspects.
Yeah.
I just watched Sister Act and Sister Act 2 back in the Hobbit because I'm
Yeah.
right? I just love it. But every time she starts
Yeah.
teaching, it sounds like the most cacophonous, terrible.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem. I rolled in on day one and I said, let's sing some Christmas carols. And I was like, I think my work here is done. I think we're good. Like, they sound so good.
They really
and, you
do.
know, when we audition people, we don't really ask them, and we ask them to sing a little something, but like, it's Christmas carols. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you to be. And also, I think what's great about this show is we want them to be true to their characters, right? So, like, sour notes notwithstanding, if you are a more quiet character, I don't need you to have a perfect
You're not
choral
going to
voice,
belt.
right? I don't need Darcy out there like belts like in his perfect choral. You know what I mean? Like, he might sing a little quieter because that's really not his favorite thing to do. You know, like Lydia might be belting to the rooftops because that's her. I want them to sing as
Which
their
is perfect for
characters.
Lily.
Right. Yeah. I want them to sing as their characters, not necessarily this beautiful like choral sound. Also with the music, you have to remember when you come see our show, you're singing too, because we give you lyric sheets when you walk in and we want it to be a big group sing along. So I'm not counting on these actors to be the world's best singers. They've got a whole audience behind them and they've got their characters to kind of guide them. So it's really just a matter of memorizing their lyrics, which they never want to do. And then just getting the sound to be solid. So
They're like, it's
super
Christmas
easy.
carols. We know this. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
super
I
easy.
But
know.
then you add like verse 2.
Yeah.
Right, I know.
And then
And they're like, what?
oh wait, there's a verse 2?
Oh, there's my favorite verse about the moldy cheese. That's my favorite. It's
Yeah.
a real lyric.
Yes.
They talk about moldy cheese. That's
I,
great.
I mean, I admit, for all lang syne, I was like, for old enzymes.
Yeah,
like,
right?
I sang
What
that
is it?
like for so long
Yeah.
until I was like, what are the
Until you
lyrics
actually see
here?
the words.
What's it really doing?
Oh.
What does this even mean?
Yeah, I was just like, I gotta go figure this out. I was in like the high school chorus, and I was just like, these aren't the words.
I also love like hearing my little Jew friend singing Christmas
Oh,
carols.
right. She's like, she doesn't know. It's fine.
I don't. I mean, I love Christmas movies a lot.
Yeah.
She
But-
hates decorating.
I hate decorating, and I hate that they put like Christmas songs on the radio
know.
On the
already.
first.
I was like, what is happening right now?
All I Want for Christmas Is You already charted on the Billboard Top 100. It hit number 31 the week of, like last week. It already charted. I know.
Why?
I know. All I
I
want
love
is you.
it.
This is not okay.
Mariah's making so much money. Mariah makes like millions of dollars.
November
From that
1st.
song. Just
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah, from that song. That's it. That's all she has to do.
Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
I
so
need
yeah,
to write
music
this
is
down.
easy. Improv stuff we just do with them. Because the show is interactive, I want my actors to stay in character the whole time,
Mhm.
which is difficult because we're used to, as actors, the minute you get off stage, you can break character and be yourself again. And I don't want that. I want them to be out here mingling with the audience in the lobby, mingling with the audience when they're not, on stage. And I want them to be able to really embrace their character for the whole run of the show, the whole time that they're out there. So we work to get them
Are
there.
we doing dance cards again this year?
We're going to do some kind of autograph thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not sure if the dance cards are going to make it back, but we're sort of thinking on a way to get autographs and to get people engaged.
Because I think that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like, especially
I like
during intermission.
Yeah.
Having all of the majority of the cast out here kind of mingling. And
Yeah.
be like, will you sign my card?
Yeah.
And I was like, will you sign my yearbook?
Right? And it gives you an automatic, I call them encounters in the biz.
Yeah.
I call them we set up different encounters for them to come into the audience with, what would your character want from an audience member? How do you get them to interact with you? So that's a bona fide guaranteed encounter of just hey, yeah, of course I can sign your thing.
And I also liked that, this is going back to last year again, but you could even see them staying in character where the male characters over here and the females over there. And they're
looking at
looking at each other.
Yeah,
The whole
that's what we
timing
work
thing
on.
comes
Yeah.
around again.
And most good actors can do that on their own. I mean, I'm not saying I am not a mandatory part of this process, but there are some actors that it's hard for them. It's uncomfortable. They don't know what that's like to be in character without a script in front of them. Because that's the main thing is when you're improvising in character, you have to just know what to say. And if you don't have enough confidence in your character, enough background work that you've put in your character, that can be really stressful. And as an audience member, I need to trust that you are that person. I don't want to be sitting here watching you flub for words or be confused or say something anachronistic or, you know what I mean? I don't want that. So we try to set them up for success as much as we can. So that way you as an audience feel comfortable interacting with them in that way. Right.
Yeah.
It's a really important, and hearing Amanda work with the cast on Saturday was really fantastic when it came to improv, because it is something that unless you do improv all of the time, and even then, a lot of people who do improv or whatever, they're used to getting up and performing a game in front of people.
Right.
They're
As
not-
themselves.
as themselves,
Yeah.
or something along those lines. So staying in character is a little bit different of a structure. So it just dawned on me actually at probably this week, which is so weird because I've lived with this play for 11 years, but that I came sort of out of high school during a time in the 90s when the really fun plays that were playing in New York and Chicago and stuff like that were Tony and Tina's Wedding.
Oh my God, Tony and Tina's Wedding!
Or Flanagan's
Oh
Wake.
my gosh.
That was something
The
across
best.
the street from the Steppenwolf for Chicago for years.
Yes.
An interactive funeral. And then in college, I was in Grandma Sylvia's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the idea is that it's the same idea as this show. You're going to an event. You're a part of the event.
Yeah.
You're not as an audience member, you're not the main focus, obviously, as an audience member, but you are there participating in many ways. And so you're amongst all these characters who have connections and backgrounds and history with each other and things like that. So it's the same sort of idea as that.
I forgot that you'd never really seen me work with actors before either. I had. I know. You stayed there for the whole rehearsal, and I was like, "Oh, this is so nice." So it's called character-based audience interactive improvisation, right?
Perfect. I was going to ask you, what do you do?
That's what it's called. And I was taught by this guy Gary Izzo, who literally wrote the book on it. He created the program at Disney MGM for all the when you go to Disney World, all the roving actors. He created that program.
Wow.
And he also runs this Renaissance Fair up in New York State, that's where I learned from him, where for 8 hours you have to be in character for 8 hours to go be out roving in this medieval fantasy world. But it's very specific, and I love teaching it. It's my favorite thing to teach. Because what I do is I get them to come up with the ideas themselves. I work with them. I get them comfortable enough. I get their brains kicked into gear through all the improv stuff. And then I sort of set it up so that they can come up with ideas for their own characters themselves. And that way it's not me just like telling them what to do, and it gives them sort of like ownership over their characters too and gets them comfortable.
Can you give us an example of one activity that you would have them
Yeah, for sure. So my favorite thing to do is, and this is after we've like done a lot of improv, played a lot of games, gotten their brains loosey-goosey. I just send them out into the theater, into the lobby, and I say, you know, don't make eye contact with anybody, don't talk to anybody, be in character the whole time, just wander around, have thoughts. And I'll give them sort of prompts, you know, of like, maybe this just happened, maybe it's just to kind of set them up. And then I just let them go. And sometimes I'll let them go for like 10 minutes, like longer than they're usually comfortable with. And then I say, you know, okay, when you hear the song play, come back in character, have a seat, let's take a breath, let's get out of character. And then I say, like, what did you discover? Like, did you make any discoveries? Did you not make, like, what happened? Mm-hmm. And then from that, they'll tell me things that happened. Like, what was it? Sweet Little Wentworth was like, I just found that, like, I really wanted to write a letter to Anne. Like, I just really wanted to sit down and write a letter. And I said, yeah, so how could you incorporate an audience member in that? What could you do to include somebody? If you're in the lobby, could you find somebody and be like, I'm sorry, I need your help writing this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that way
have a pen?
Exactly. He came up with his own encounter with an audience member just from like having the freedom to be in the space, to be in his character, to not worry about anybody else. And you just have to give them that freedom of thought and idea in a safe space where they feel comfortable. And that's where all the magic happens. Yeah.
Well, and I love the fact that you talked about longer than they're comfortable.
Yes, because it will be longer than they're comfortable with. They will reach those moments where they're like, I am still in character. This is exhausting. Or like, I've run out of ideas. Like, what do I do? You know, I was in character for 8 hours in the woods in upstate New York. And it was like, there were times where I was like, I'm gonna go take a nap under a tree. I was like, I don't know what else to do. I was like, I'm just gonna go lay down under a tree because I'm out of ideas and brain space. So
I just would have been like, I feel like my character would want this.
I would justify it in a million ways. You joke, but I would do that. I would be like, well, she was tired. She needed a break from all her washer wenching, you know. It's fine.
I loved that Zanine as Mrs. Bennet. We had talked about it in an earlier piece of blocking in the show that I was like, she needs to come back into the space, but how do we get her on stage? And I was like, oh, you're following the person with the letter and you're going to read the letter over their shoulder because you're a bit of a busybody character. And she ate that up. Yes. And then when she was in character roaming around, she came and I was like on my phone, like doing an Instagram post for the show, right? And she was like sneaking over my shoulder and I was like, oh my God, what a wonderful thing to do, because how many people are out here like nervous on their phones like waiting for the show to start. So
you force interactions with people. And what's great is in this theatrical space, if you force it in a way that's confident and comfortable, like so many of the actors were like, well, what if nobody wants to talk? Like, what if they say no? And I said, they won't. I said, trust me, they won't. And if they do, you just say, all right, next time. And you just move it along. Yes. But 9 times out of 10, they will. And you don't ask questions. You don't say, will you help me write this letter? You say, I need help with this letter. I need you to help me. Help me with this letter right now. You know what I mean? You set it up for yes anding so that the audience.
I need another word for longing.
Right? Exactly.
It's pining.
Yes.
Michelle gave that to us earlier.
Yeah. I call it you pimp people out. That's like the industry phrase for it. Like, I'm gonna pimp you into this scene. I'm gonna pimp you into this interaction by like.
And there's our title for this episode.
That's just what we call it. I don't know. It's a little weird, but
Jane Austen.
Maybe it's not.
Jane Austen.
Maybe that term has been canceled. I don't know. But like that's what we call it.
That's that's fabulous.
Fun. Thanks. You too can be pimped out at Jane Austen's Christmas Cracker.
So speaking of immersive opportunities and coffee.
So good.
I heard there's a brunch.
There's a brunch with Jane Austen.
Yes! So that sounds really fun. What are the details of it? Can you tell us some of it?
It's on Sunday, December 14th, which is the closest Sunday to Jane Austen's actual birthday, which is December 16th. And this year, 2025, is the 250th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
It's her 250th birthday, I should say, not anniversary. But yes, so Jane Austen's 250th birthday.
Girl's looking good.
Yeah, right.
Hasn't aged today.
It's right across from Oklahoma Shakespeare in the Park is the Paseo Grill, and they're having a very special brunch, and the characters are going to stop by and say hello. And I think the inspiration for this, if you need sort of a way to sort of clue into this, is my husband and I's 20th wedding anniversaries last year. We took our 5-year-old to Disney World because neither of us have really like done a Disney World right. And we were like, we want all the experiences. So we did, and she's 5 and she loves princesses. So we like did the dinner at Cinderella's castle where all these princesses come to your table and they say hello and they sign an autograph and you take pictures and all this stuff. And then we did another one where it was a brunch in Norway in Epcot Center.
It's like a Frozen thing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
Norway.
But the Frozen ladies weren't there. That was the weird part about that. But it was like
you had like a what's the Hawaiian one?
Oh right,
Moana.
There's
like
Moana
what's cold?
there,
She's like, I'm freezing.
Yeah. I think it's like Snow White's brunch. I don't know what it was, but it was somebody. It was somebody like we met Belle and Ariel. We met the princesses.
Cool.
So
Ariel's
that
a
was
weird
so
one,
fun.
too.
But like Tyler was like, Tyler, who's the artistic director, said, I want to do the princess brunch, but I want to do it with our Jane Austen characters, and that would be perfect.
Yeah.
And they love that idea at Paseo Grill. They've been a longtime sponsor of Oklahoma Shakespeare.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're always down for.
So
They're like, we're down for it. Let's go.
And it helps with their food is delicious.
Oh my
Yes.
god, their Chilean sea bass is like butter.
Yes.
It's
so good.
I just went and had like soup there the other day. I had their mushroom soup.
That's all you need.
and then
amazing.
their cucumber club special.
We are clearly
Listen.
hungry.
Yes.
But it is so good.
So yeah, this is multi-course, right? There's, it almost seems like there's like the English breakfast first part of it, and then it goes into like quiche and all this other. Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be great.
Right? I was like, this sounds.
I don't think I've ever done brunch there, but that sounds like amazing. So so on our website on okshakes.org, you can buy an add-on ticket. You can do. I think you can do just the brunch with the characters, but you can also buy the add-on ticket to come to the matinee that day at 2:00.
So which means you would
early.
basically do brunch and then
come straight here.
Come straight
Oh,
here.
and
Come
I think it
across
would
the
be
street.
like so fun, like for like a mother to bring her daughters, or like a grandma to bring like her granddaughters
and dress up in
dress
costume,
up,
look cute, look
have like
nice.
So good.
Yeah.
Or like a
Regency.
ladies' brunch,
Oh my God,
because I would
yes.
definitely like have some mimosas and then come over. Like that also sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Approve of all that.
Yes.
So
I think
I
it's going to be great. And there's going to be so many different characters there interacting and seeing them. And you do the same thing. You can get their autograph. You can take photos with them.
And I think it's fair to say we've all, maybe not all of us, I've definitely been around plenty of character situations like that where the actors weren't comfortable in character and it was like sort of awkward and you were like, oh, what am I supposed to talk to them? What are we supposed to talk about? Like, I don't know. So that's why it's super important that we get them all cozy, comfy so that they can go to this brunch and just like, when I lived in LA, I worked for a company called Characters Kids Love. And this is like where this whole thing started. I got hired to go be characters for birthday parties. And that's where it all started, was because it was like, I had to be Snow White for those 90 minutes of that kid's life.
Yeah.
And to that kid, I was Snow White. You know what I mean? So I had to really dive in, and I was wildly like correct about it. I would have an accent. I would make sure the voice was right. I would make sure everything was period specific. You know what I mean? Like I was very crazy about it. But then I'd also get hired to be like, a Powerpuff Girl or something. And I was like, okay, well,
We're
probably
gonna
not
need
gonna.
pictures.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Probably not gonna get this one exactly right because I'm not a cartoon. But anyway, but that's where it's from is really giving those people that experience when you're fully immersed in the character and in the period. They'll have so much fun.
And there's kids' birthday parties are such a great example because that's such an eye-opening great thing. My daughter is convinced I know she's like, well, you're in the industry, so you can call like Barbie's manager.
Yeah,
my
you
party.
can
And
get
I'm like,
Barbie here at
yeah,
any
I
moment.
can do that.
Absolutely.
I got
call
you.
her manager and see if she's available.
Yeah.
Just do it. So
It's great. And even if you're an adult, like I still buy into it. Like if Barbie's here, I'm like, that's Barbie. Like there's no question in my mind, like that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
suspension of disbelief is one of my
it's
favorite.
the best thing ever.
If you can have it and just walk into something and just accept it for what
And it
it
helps
is.
the
it
actor
makes
too.
it so much more more enjoyable.
Yes.
So
I don't,
and then you find yourself crying in front of Tiana at Disney World. It's fine.
Oh my God, did you cry?
Oh my God, I cried. I totally cried.
Was she so beautiful?
She was
Tiana's like the most beautiful
She's
princess.
an American princess.
Right,
And I just
exactly.
got choked up about that. And I was like,
You're like, dreams
That's
do
right.
come true.
That's sweet actor
You're
was
the
probably like,
producer.
this happens a lot. It's fine. It's totally
I'm used to
fine.
it. It's fine.
I don't think it happens from the mom very often. I'm like,
I love that you cried.
I love her so much.
Oh my god.
You love her. Well, they're very realistic down there, you know?
Oh,
Listen, they were
man.
taught well. They know what to do.
Leah said, and then I cried at the Star Wars ride. The Star Wars thing. And Leah just said, I've never seen mommy cry before.
She's like, I'm so proud of like Tiana in Star Wars,
Yeah.
but that's the first time she's seen you cry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't think
Wow.
you've seen mommy cry.
Disney really gets to the heart of who you are as a person, and it really touches you when you're there. You feel free, you know.
I'm
It's
just
the happiest place on earth.
I will
Erin.
cry in front of Jane Austen, I guess.
Is
Maybe
that
at the
what
brunch. I don't know. It depends.
To be fair, our Jane Austen is so legit, man.
Yeah,
she is
Yeah.
beautiful.
She's amazing. Emma's great.
She came to audition. I was like, oh, that's Jane Austen. I was like, that's just her. I don't
Yeah.
know. Usually Jane's the one at auditions that I know like right away. Like there's just something about,
Jane.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there's a Jane-ness to people that I
Mhm.
just see right away. It's
Yeah.
great. She's awesome.
I'm really excited to see Lily.
yeah.
Lily Marsh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
She's really great. She's very naturally great at improv, which is
She
why I
is.
wanted her a part of this show.
And our
too.
Cassandra is new. She's never done the show before, and she was the one person. I always start by saying, like, has anyone like never done improv? Like, is it? And she's sort of like shyly, kind of like
Oh,
I
no.
don't know a lot. And she was one of the best ones.
Mhm.
She was so comfortable and so confident, and that's a very Cassandra thing too. You know,
Yes.
to just sort of come in and be like, yes, I've got it. It's fine. You know. So that was a surprise to me. She is phenomenal.
Mhm.
She's so lovely. So
Well,
yeah.
what's so nice is you're, coming to OSP, you get a variety of people at a variety of points in their career.
Yeah, it's so true.
And so we get a lot of the newer actors as
Mhm.
they're coming out of OU,
Yeah.
as they're coming out of
OCU.
OCU
Yeah.
or
UCO.
UCO.
Mhm.
And we get to see them in this amazing period
Yeah.
where they're honing their craft.
Yeah.
And, then, as we've seen, Paxton went off to New York
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, lots of
Elise
them
went
are
off to
out.
New
Yeah.
York
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, a lot of them go
Yeah.
off into the world.
yes.
But then also we have people that come back too. Like I feel like we've had actors all season that are kind of like me and you, where we went off and did the New York thing and then came back here to have families. And they're some of the most well-trained, talented actors on the planet.
yes.
And we get to see them here.
Right,
You know?
like-
Like that's a great mix
Blind in
too.
Winter, right? We had amazing people.
Yeah.
Tim Grimm gracing the stage
Of course.
after
I know.
8 years, 9 years or something.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's
great.
what I love about it is you never know who you're going to get the
Yeah.
opportunity to see.
You get all different levels
Right.
of people. But it's great because the common denominator is this world that we build. And so in that world, everybody's kind of all on. And that's what's weird about the show. I never leave this show being like, well, that person was a weak link or whatever. Like you don't think that because you just are so immersed in the world that if there is a weak link or whatever, they just use that and play it into the character and make it their own. And you believe them that they are that person.
Right.
You don't see actors. It's not actors. These are the people from the books, from your books. I
From
say
my-
like, it's you, I read
Jane
those books.
Man, you're turning 250 years
Wow.
old.
I feel
That's
good. I
amazing.
feel good.
So good.
Yeah.
So
It's black
What
coffee. That
what
really does
skin
it.
cream do you use?
She just rubs the black coffee all over.
Yeah.
It works great.
The grounds.
Yeah.
New coffee is magic.
I used to, speaking of Mrs., I used to play Mrs. Claus a bunch.
I did
And
too. We both did.
Yeah.
We were both Mrs. Claus.
That's right.
In like our late 30s. We were like, yep.
People
this is
are always like,
reasonable.
"Oh, you look so good." I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah,
That- with the white hair,
Yeah.
I always looked so much younger. I was like, oh, this is great. I love. What was the weirdest? I was Elmo a lot for birthday parties.
Oh.
yeah.
But when you're like a stuffy character, you don't have to do the voice. So I
Oh, that's
didn't have to
good.
do the Elmo voice.
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, how do you do that?
No,
Like, that seems
I was
difficult.
every Disney princess. I was Winnie the Pooh once, and I had to wear like a fat suit like under my
no.
costume to be Winnie the Pooh. I was Ariel at the beach in LA. I had to like show up at the beach in my like Little Mermaid costume.
Oh my gosh! In
What
the
does
tail.
that remind
Yeah,
you
in the tail. And then it was like a shell bra, and I'm out there like at a birthday
Mermaid
party,
dancing.
like,
Mermaid dance. Yeah,
Hello.
we're having a pitch perfect moment where
Uh-huh.
she's
Yeah.
like,
So
I
great.
can do this kind of dancing.
It was great. All the like lecherous dads being like, hey, like checking out my seashell bra. I was like,
So,
hello.
do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite character that you got to be?
Yeah, hold on, let me think. The one that I got asked to be a lot was, this was another time. It was Dora the Explorer. Offensive. I know. This was like 2001, okay? And it's because I'm little. It's because I'm really little. And, you know, you can't have a 5'10" Dora the Explorer showing up at like a 5-year-old's birthday party. They'll be like, no, that's not a little kid. So I would put on my little wig and my little shorts and my little backpack. And I talked like me because I was like, I don't want to be offensive. And then if ever a little kid was like, speak Spanish, I was like, I'm practicing my English today. To try to like, because I don't speak Spanish. Dora the Explorer does, in fact, speak Spanish.
She does indeed.
I got asked to do that a lot. And this is LA, where like it's a lot of Spanish speaking families. And so I would just have to say, I'm practicing my English today. I just try to get away with it. But it was so fun.
I mean,
But the minute you say that, they just buy into it. And they're like, oh, great, we'll help you with your English. That's great. You know, like you got to find a way to like make it work. So I made it work.
Did they ever try to like correct you?
Sometimes,
That's not the word.
Oh yeah, sometimes. And I knew like enough basic Spanish to kind of like get by, but also like I'm clearly a white lady, so I was like I didn't want to be super offensive, so I just tried to.
Yeah,
do my
that's a
best.
tough one.
I know Dora the Explorer was rough, but I did that a lot because I was small. So yeah, fun.
I played Jasmine once.
I was gonna say,
Right.
At a different time.
It's a different time, guys.
When I was
2001.
younger, I
Like-
think people were just like, she'd be okay in
Sure.
like a basically a bikini bra shirt kind of thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right.
So, yeah.
It's fine. It's all good.
But yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, I did Alice in Wonderland a lot too, and I'd have like a cute little Alice in Wonderland. That was a cute little costume. You know, I love a costume.
Sorry, my cousin's kid was like, "You're like Jasmine, but Belle." And I was
That's perfect.
Oh my god.
That's your Disney princess combo.
That's
like
Your
my
favorite.
It's kind of like Harry Potter. You're like Gryffindor, but you do have a
Right.
little bit of
You're
like,
rising. You have a bell
Slytherin.
rising.
like,
Yes.
like you have
Yeah.
that Ravenclaw rising or whatever.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, I was like,
That's you exactly.
I was like,
That
thank
is
you.
you exactly.
Perfect.
But it was so cute. She's like, you always have a book. And I was like,
Just like Belle.
Just like Belle.
she's like, and then you always give me books.
Just like Belle.
No, she's like, not
She
impressed.
was not
She's
impressed.
not
Yeah.
even a little less Belle.
Yeah.
Is it a
More
book?
Jasmine. Do you have a pet tiger?
Oh
Because
my
that would
gosh,
be more
that would be
fun.
How
way
about a
more
flying
fun.
carpet?
Right. Where's that at? Come on. I love
I mean,
it.
I could totally use a flying carpet.
Right.
That would be great. I hate driving. I was like, flying carpet would be way better.
Way better. Love it.
Where's our air transportation? Like, is
That
it
should have
just,
happened by now.
right?
I mean, the Jetsons had it down.
Yeah.
20, 30 years ago. Like, I don't see why
Yeah.
we haven't made it happen yet.
Probably because the like oil industry won't let us get away from cars ever.
I'm just saying.
There's
I
probably
mean,
a bigger thing at play.
we were
here.
just talking about like Henry Ford being the
Right.
worst thing that ever happened to America.
Listen, I mean, there's other things at play that we're not here to discuss. We're just here to use our.
But yeah,
and
public
go.
transportation. Like,
Ugh.
I'm just like, come on.
Please,
It's so
more.
nice in other countries, and then
So
here
nice.
it's like you will drive everywhere, and you're just like, I don't want to. I just want to like read my book and let somebody else transport me.
Yeah.
In San Diego, I used to love taking the trolley to work because I would just park at a station,
Just read.
jump on the trolley, and I'd read until I got
Right.
to downtown.
So
I'm like,
relaxing.
oh, okay. I didn't have to deal with traffic. I didn't have to buy gas
No.
all the time. It was great.
I read all of Hunger Games and all of 50 Shades of Grey because one year I lived in Washington Heights and I worked in Ellis Island, which if you know the geography
Yes.
of Manhattan, Washington is way up here, Ellis Island. So I had to take the train like hours every day. And so I read all these books over the course of that summer. It was fabulous.
Okay, wait. I've got questions now.
Yeah.
So reading
50 Shades of
reading
Grey
50
and
Shades
Harry
of Grey,
Potter.
and probably like was the cover out.
Yeah. I didn't care. I was like, yeah, it's New York City. Nobody cares. You
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
there's a guy like with no pants on, like 2 people down. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure you looked
No
over at
worries.
Amanda and went,
Yeah, right. I was like, I see you. I see you. 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of no pants. Get it together. Get it together, Manhattan. Get it together.
I can't think of like a more famous smutty book that you
Oh,
could
yeah.
have been reading openly. Like,
You know what else I read openly on a plane once, which was terrible, was Jenna Jameson wrote a book called How to Make Love Like a Porn Star. And I bought the hard copy and I read it like on a plane and there was like photo spreads of like, whoa. And I'm like on a plane like, oh no, like I'm so sorry about this book. book. I thought it was just information. But it was also photos.
It's funny. I was reading a book, and I guess I didn't ever realize it because like I open the book, close, open.
Sure.
But when the book is open, it says slut.
Oh, like on the
Yeah, like as part of the cover.
Oh.
And so I'm like at this kind of
What book is that?
I'll have to find
Erin
it.
wants to read it now.
I have it. It's in my bookshelf. But so I'm at this resort in Texas, and I'm just at the pool reading this book, and I happen to put it down to go get something. I come back and I go, oh no!
You're just reading by the pool in your bathing suit.
So I had to take the cover out. I'm like, sorry, people with children.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. We've all.
Right? Like, I don't know. I've been smut shamed before, and I'm just like, I
Oh, no.
refuse.
Not in
Like,
today's day and age. I feel like we're good now. I feel like we can read what we want.
I know, I was
Now
at the
everybody
gym and I
has
left my
Kindles,
book
so-
out, and somebody was like, "Whose book is it?" I was like, "It's mine."
Yeah, thank
Do
you.
we
Guess
want
what?
to throw
At least
down
I'm
about
reading.
that? I was like, I can lift more than you can. When you can lift more than me, dude, then we can
Then you
talk
can
about
have
the book
it.
that I'm reading. So,
Karen's
We
a
should
little
all-
spicy today.
I'm so hot, I was like,
Preach.
don't smut shame me.
We can read what we want.
Oh man, but like the other thing is like on planes when you're watching
yeah.
movies on planes.
I know,
and then
I
a
feel like-
scene comes up, and you're
I
like,
didn't
I'm
know.
so sorry.
Yeah, I
chose
always
this
wonder
movie.
about that. Yeah.
And it's funny when you don't know what's coming and you're just like,
oh
God,
this was
oh
this,
God.
and it's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely had like the sad movies where like
Sure.
you're like crying on a
Oh,
plane
for
or
sure
reading and you're crying on a plane. You're like, oh, awkward.
I just
But-
watch it over my husband's shoulder. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is this? This is about people dying? Okay. And then I don't. Then I
Just
don't
don't read
engage.
Jenna Jameson on a plane, guys. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
most embarrassed.
All right, noted.
However, that was a really good book. To be fair, it's a really good book. So.
I mean, yeah.
I
just
was reading
read it.
Smut way. I was reading
Before
Smut
it
in
became, like, a thing?
2002.
Back
it
when
was,
they
like,
had like those covers,
Right.
You know, like
back when Jenna
The
Jameson was like
yeah.
really
Harlequin-
doing it.
What were they called?
Oh, yeah.
like Harlequin romance.
Yeah,
I think
yes,
they were called.
yeah.
Like I was following. I follow Julia Quinn who wrote the Bridgerton books on Instagram, and she published like the original covers for like all of her books, and they were all like that. And it's so weird because you don't really think about that. You think of like the
Mhm.
Netflix covers
Right.
with stars on
Yeah.
them who are like in the show or whatever, but you're like, oh yeah, it was like some Fabio looking guy like holding her, and she was like, ugh, and it's so strange.
And you go back and read them now, and they're like tame compared to the books that
Oh.
we have now. Like they're like nothing. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what's
Yeah.
even happening in these?
Karen made fun of my reading last year. You know how Goodreads would like
Oh,
these are all the books you read and the
Yeah.
colors and stuff.
oh,
And she totally smut shamed me. You really did.
Come on, it was hilarious.
We're
Like,
just all
it's always like smut, atomic habits.
There we go.
It's just like,
I like to be well rounded.
Atomic Habits most about Kamala
Some-
Harris, 107 days.
Yeah.
Like we got
I do have to say though, like sometimes I'm like the covers, I'm just like, bro,
Yeah.
oh
I
why?
know.
and the covers are so cartoony now. Literally, my daughter last night we were at a restaurant and she picked out my book, which she should not be reading. And she's opened it, and luckily
like,
Tyler was like, "I think that's mommy's book. I'm gonna take that," because it looked like the graphic novel that
Sure.
she like with the cartoony cover that she was reading. And she's like,
Meanwhile-
"Oh, that's mommy's book. Okay." And I was
Meanwhile, it's
yeah.
like Bigfoot.
But she just opened it and
seduces
saw
you.
words, and she was like, "Oh, this is no pictures. I'm
No.
gonna write this down." So,
Over it.
yeah,
So funny.
But she asked for a romance novel, so I did find her like a very tame romance novel about Mr. Darcy, and I bought it for her, and she hates it.
Because like, what's romance to a small child?
Yeah, she's like, I want to read this, and I was like, here's this.
Get her the paper bag princess. That one's
Oh,
up.
maybe I should.
Yeah, the
I
paper
have
bag
the-
princess is one of my
I
favorites.
have the graphic for Marvel put out a bunch of graphic novel editions of like Sense and Sensibility and
Oh, that's
Pride and
smart.
Prejudice and Emma and a few others. I own all of them because people just I get those gifts.
You do.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's like me and
they're
Shakespeare
lovely.
where they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you need this. And I'm
So
like, yes,
they're
I
great.
do. Thank you
If
very
you
much.
love romance novels, come see Jane Austen's
That's
Christmas
right.
Cracker.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're gonna love
The
it.
greatest romance novels of all time.
Thank you so much for bringing us back.
That's my
Yeah.
job. I'm here to.
I think the other thing is that since I've written this book, I mean, Hallmark movies have been around for a long
They're
time.
huge now.
But they're so huge now, and they've only grown. And this show was sort of born before Hallmark Christmas movies became the Goliath that they are
Yes.
now.
There's
But I think that there's
similarity,
something
though.
there is. It's like you want romance at Christmas.
Yeah.
You want comfort
And very
food
G-rated
and romance and
very, like,
G-rated Jane
sweet,
Austen.
kind,
Yes.
lovely.
Yeah.
Or like
Shining.
holding a hand, or like the
Yes.
touch in a dance, where like you
Yes.
touch for
Yeah.
a moment, and that's
There's
all
so
that
much
you
to
need.
that.
Yes.
And even like the smuttier folks, the smuttier authors of our day have all now Christmas books.
Yes.
They all have like Mistletoe Manor,
Right.
And all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So there's always a Christmas
Romance
version of
at Christmas
something.
is cool.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it's the thing. Romance and Christmas go on hand in
Yeah.
hand.
Oh,
Hot
yeah, and
Frosty
this one is
somewhere
one
in
that
the
crosses-
mix.
Hot Frosty, the greatest movie of all time.
Hot
It's my
Frosty.
favorite Christmas
Such
movie.
such a
Seen
moment
it
last
5
year.
times. I love it.
I only saw it that once with you guys, and
I watched it many more times. I introduced lots of people to it. I would like force them to watch it with me. They were like, "That was pretty good."
I don't know what this is.
Oh, it's about a snowman.
I was gonna say it has to be a
Comes
Frosty
life.
the
It's on
Snowman.
Netflix. It's a made
Okay.
for Netflix movie.
Okay, we
We're
can
gonna
watch
watch
it.
it.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll watch it.
a
We got it.
shirtless, nearly naked snowman that comes to life, and it's a hot guy.
I mean,
Well, it makes
we're
me
gonna watch it for research purposes.
But it
Oh,
was
yeah.
such like a
Great.
moment last year. Everyone was talking about it, Hot Frosty, and I didn't.
He's like the most lovely, affable actor.
Too. Yeah, it's a really
he
kind-
plays Hot Frosty very sort of like dumb, but like sweet. But like he's like really a snowman. Like he just doesn't know stuff, but he happens to be like a very hot guy. And there's a part of me that's like, I like that.
If
plan.
you watched,
That's
if
great.
you watched Schitt's Creek, it's Alexis's love interest.
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh,
plays
yeah.
Hot Frosty.
Okay.
So it's like that guy. It's like he's like very.
I
He's a
could
very
see.
funny
I
I
could
mean,
see
honestly,
him
it's
being
just a
like
Canadian
that.
guy.
Yeah.
Like that's like.
let's honestly.
Yeah.
Let's just
Beautiful
be
on
truthful.
so many levels.
Go
Just,
see
yes.
Hot Frosty on Netflix. Check it out.
And then come see
And
Jane
then
Austen's
come see
Christmas Cracker. This one's the more child-friendly one.
Yeah.
Less
Wait,
shirtless men. in
Yes,
this
and
one.
it goes against like a generational thing, which is really nice because
Yeah.
everybody can enjoy it.
That's the
and
thing
everyone
about
can
the
play.
show that's so amazing. It's like you can bring your office party to it. You can have a girls' night at it, and you can have a date night and a family night here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amazing. Like,
It's a lot of fun. It's been
Yeah.
kind of a tradition for us, which Karen's breaking the tradition this year, by the way.
Oh,
But
not on purpose.
it's been I think like since the first year we started coming here about 5 years ago, we've been every single year.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And people do come every year. So like get your tickets now because
Yeah.
it will sell
Yeah,
out.
it will.
sells out every year.
This is just one of those. That,
also, the brunch is almost
Yeah.
sold out.
Yeah.
So if
Oh,
you're
that's
interested
awesome.
in that brunch,
that
please-
is
please get your
fabulous.
tickets
it's good to know
now.
because
Yes.
I was planning on taking my mom. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Go
get
get
your
a ticket.
tickets.
Get a ticket today.
Oh.
Yes.
Erin, is this play going to be seen at other locations in the near future?
Good question.
I am actually, the reason I'm directing it is because I don't actually know how the show works.
I love
It's
it.
so much more than the written page.
Mhm.
And what I'm attempting to do by directing it is I really enjoy directing, and I had just a terrific time these last 2 summers directing some outdoor comedies. So being in here has been a lot of fun, and it's also given me the chance to go, okay, now how, and asking some of the cast members who've been with the show. Zanine in particular has been Miss
Yeah, she's
Bennett
been
since
Miss Bennett.
2016.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what works pre-show? What works at intermission? How can we write these things down? How can we write these interactions?
Mhm.
Because I do remember in college being in Grandma Sylvia's funeral, where you were attending a funeral as part of the play, and it didn't have dialogue, but it had written interactions of things and timing for actors to come out pre-show, and then what we did a little bit at intermission.
Mhm.
So just having that sort of written down to establish a flow of it, and I know like the games, for instance, the parlor games are actually Regency era parlor games that we
Right.
play. And I researched those. I found the versions that I like, because all of these games have several different versions.
Right.
And then I just wrote them down and sort of asked the actors to do them. But this year I'm like, well, how does this actually work? Like if we were playing this game, will we send someone out of the room? How do we do this? And then the logistics of just being in the play. How do you get an audience member down, a volunteer to be a part of this, and how do we treat them on stage and stuff like that? And the actors are telling me things that I would have no idea. Even going to see this play, as I do every year, multiple times, I'm still like, oh, you guys do that? And they're like, oh yeah, this is how we make sure that the volunteer on stage feels comfortable, and this is how we do when we're dancing with somebody. So it's just things like that I want to get all the information on, so I can put that down on a page and give it out to other people. But I have the script. Give it out. Sell it. Sorry.
We're not giving away.
We're not giving it away.
We're selling it.
But I mean, like, send perusal copies of the script out. I've been asked for perusal copies of the script before, and people have had questions that I need to be able to answer.
Because theater companies all over the world are always looking for more Christmas.
Right.
Not every theater wants to do Christmas Carol for the 9700th time. Nothing against Christmas Carol, it's lovely, but there's so many other great Christmas shows.
Right.
And I think if you make this show available to other theater companies, everybody's going to want to do it.
I think it's also really good for universities because there's so many women in it. I've written it specifically to have a great number of women's roles in it.
And like powerful women characters. Like even
Strong
Lydia, who
character,
is like one of my all-time least favorite, but she's just annoying. Right? Like you read her and she just comes across and you're like, chalks, nails on chalkboard. But like she's still an amazing character because she has so much personality and she owns it.
Jane Austen like that, man.
Right. And that's what you harness. There's all of these women who are powerful in their own right, even if they're pains in the asses.
Very powerful.
And so
that's great because like while Anne Elliot from Persuasion is having these great, wonderful moments and falling in love and having some real climax like romance moments, not in that way, in a very G-rated way. But then you also have the characters like Cassandra and Lydia who don't have that storyline, but they're the most connected to the audience. They're the one they're guiding the audience in many ways. And it's just tremendous to me. So I like that a lot.
More people need to see it and experience it. Your
I
work
think
is
so.
great.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. And I'm really excited. So many people have made it, like you guys have said, a holiday tradition to come back to over and over again. So many people with children have been like, my son who's 8 likes it. Like it's the unexpected.
Well, I think part of it is that interaction too. Like I love watching the people dance. Karen does the dancing most of the time. I do the games. So I played the games.
Yay!
I think I made Anne like quack like a duck and walk around the circle.
And the fact
or
that
something
you remember
like
that is huge. That's what you don't come away from shows a year later going, oh, I remember in that production of such and such when so and so did what. You don't remember that, but when you are in the show, you remember that.
Yeah.
It's great. We're making memories.
Yes.
So
And it's also
memories.
good. My parents are not inclined to do either of those things.
No.
But my dad is like singing full voice carols at the top of
There's
his
just something for
lungs.
everybody.
You know?
There is.
And if there's not in the show, there's ice cream still.
I mean, there's ice cream.
Right? Even if you don't like theater at all, just come for the free bra.
There's a nutty cone.
So
to
much
have.
bra. There's a nutty cone to be had for anyone.
It's like my favorite.
Oh, I love a nutty cone. We're all just hungry now.
I know. We're all like, now we need food.
I gotta go to lunch.
All right. So on that note, so just give us an idea of the dates.
Oh yeah. We open on December 4th and we close on the 21st. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday with Sunday matinees. And all the dates and all the tickets are at okshakes.org.
And don't forget, if you want to get the brunch tickets to add on, that's on the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And so, get it now.
Jane Austen's birthday brunch.
Everything sells out. Sells out fast.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's a great way to just celebrate the holidays and to, bring that holiday cheer in that's not the Christmas songs on the radio.
Oh, I know. Silly. Sing, dance, play games, eat proms. Come see us.
Yes, sing the actual real carols and not.
That's right. All I want for Christmas is you. That's
Yeah, no.
No Mariah Carey in this show. She's great.
You can listen to her later.
We love her.
All right. Okay, I just want to say I have loved spending time with both of you, with all of you.
You're so sweet.
And I, hopefully we'll be back every once in a while and can come see shows then. But it has just been such a pleasure to talk to you all over the years. And I am so excited for the show, and I know that it will do spectacularly.
You'll be here in spirit.
I will be here in spirit.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll get a full recount from
Or
Michelle.
maybe I'll ask if we can FaceTime.
Right.
Exactly.
Be great.
It won't be weird at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is
Just
happening
Like,
here?
can I FaceTime other people? No, this is
this is just for
This is
Karen.
just
Yeah,
the
this is
shrew.
for
The shrew
Karen.
only.
Obviously.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for listening, for watching, whatever version you're doing. And just remember, all the world's a stage, and you too can be a shrew. Bye.
Bye.